Willie Francis, State, Louisiana, survived 2,000 volts of electricity. On May 3, 1946, Willie Francis was strapped into the electric chair and felt 2,000 volts surge through his body during the execution. Miraculously, he survived, making it one of the most extraordinary failures in death penalty history. Willie Francis, a 16-year-old African-American from Street Martinville, Louisiana, was arrested for the murder of Andrew Thomas, a local pharmacist, in November 1944. After the crime, Francis was detained under suspicious circumstances and later confessed to the crime twice, though the validity of his confession has been questioned. His confession and the lack of proper legal counsel during the trial led to his conviction for capital murder. Despite his age, he was sentenced to death by electric chair and set to be executed in 1946. On May 3, 1946, Francis was brought to the electric chair, where the first attempt at execution would go terribly wrong. Willie Francis was brought to the Louisiana State Penitentiary to be executed in the infamous electric chair, known as Gruesome Gertie. The execution was set to be carried out at 12 p.m., but things went terribly wrong from the start. As the switch was thrown, it was clear that the electricity did not kill him. Witnesses reported hearing Francis scream from behind the leather hood,
"Take it off! Take it off! Let me breathe!"
The electric chair had failed to deliver the lethal surge needed to end his life. The reason for the malfunction was attributed to the improper setup of the chair, which had been handled by an intoxicated prison guard and an inmate. The electric current that passed through Francis's body was not strong enough to kill him, and instead he was left writhing in pain, his body contorting in response to the shocks. He was visibly shaken, and as the onlookers watched in horror, the sheriff L. Resweber was quoted as saying, "This boy really got a shock when they turned that machine on." After this agonizing experience, Francis was returned to his jail cell, alive but traumatized. The authorities, however, were determined to finish what they had started, and they set a new date for his execution. The failure of the first attempt only increased the urgency, and it would not be long before they would try again. The emotional toll of the failed execution weighed heavily on Willie, and his legal team argued that the state's actions had caused him immense suffering. People who witnessed the failed execution also spoke out about the brutality of the process. Finally, on May 9, 1947, Willie Francis was returned to the electric chair for his second execution attempt. Just before his death, he expressed a sense of peace and resigned himself to his fate. He told a reporter that he would meet his death with his Sunday pants and Sunday heart. At 12:10 p.m., the second attempt was carried out, and this time Willie was pronounced dead. The state's decision to go through with the execution, after the trauma of the first failed attempt, remains a symbol of the injustice and cruelty of the death penalty system.